radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. Right. How you doing? How you doing? It's Thursday. It's Fade to Black. It's April 29th, 2021. "120 days into the new year, only 245 days left." That's right. Bespoke Radio for the masses. We are live from a bunker somewhere in the middle of nowhere. A total undisclosed location. It's totally beautiful and it's fully stocked with toffee fay. Pounded a whole box of these earlier. Sometimes you got to get your sugar fix on. I'm serious. I was in one of those moods today. I was like, man, I need some sugar. I went and got an icy, a Slurpee, an icy strawberry lemonade flavor. Got the headache, the whole thing. It was awesome. I feel pretty good now. I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the planet. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Tonight is another Fader night with open lines all night long, but it's not just another Fader night. No, it is not, because tonight's, we're going to be taking your calls, of course, but tonight we're going to be remembering the life of Kevin Kerber. And more on that in just a bit. Now, it's Fader night, okay? It's Fader night. It's open lines all night long. Whatever you want to talk about. You're going to call in. You're going to talk. You can tell me a UFO story, a sighting. You talk about guitars. Talk about Dimebag Darrell, Randy Rhoads, Eddie Van, whatever. But I'm going to ask you about Kevin Kerber. All right? All right. So that's tonight. It is Fader night. And there you go. I just want to mention really quick before we move on. UFO MegaCon, we had Richard Dolan on last night. We had Mike Ricksecker on earlier this week. And I was speaking with Bob Brown today, the producer of UFO MegaCon, and talking to him about the excitement of everything that is going on. It's really cool. And he's got some really great ideas. And I want you all to come and hang out with us. It's very simple to do. Go over to jimmychurchradio.com. Click on the banner, UFO MegaCon. It's right there. Head over and get your tickets. I want to see Fade to Black shirts there. I want a sea of Fader knots. And if you don't have a Fade to Black shirt, we're going to have some there. You know we are. And there you go. I think... and this is for you Fader knots. You want some incentive? I think we're going to have some Fade to Black posters. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. We're going to have some stickers, bumper stickers, little stickers, cool stickers, sticker packs. Yeah, but you're only going to get them at UFO MegaCon. Not for sale. No, not on the website. It ain't happening. You got to go. You got to go. Okay, so UFO MegaCon, the banners and advertising are right there at jimmychurchradio.com. Follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio. You know what's been happening on Twitter. Yeah, you've been watching the drama. I'm going to talk more about that in just a minute. But there you go. So follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio. Hashtag F2B is the sandbox. Hello to everybody in the bunker cam. What's up? What's up? YouTube. Troublemakers. What's up? Facebook live feed. What's up? All right. Everybody over there in the chat room. I see from here. I don't even have my contacts in, but I can see Catalina from here. What's up, Catalina? Catalina better right now go, sup, Jimmy? Sup? All right. I'm in a good mood. And tonight is all about Kevin Kerber. And it was a pretty strange day. Today's Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. He left this earth on Tuesday. And yesterday was a strange day. It was a strange day. And I knew that just get through the day, yesterday, Wednesday, just get through it. Get to Richard Dolan. He's going to put you in a good mood, and let's get to that. And then today's going to be a different day, and it is. It's going to be a fun night tonight on the show for sure. Okay, now, as mentioned, OG Fadernight, friend, producer of Fade to Black, Kevin Kerber left this earth this past Tuesday, and he passed away at his home in Texas. And I want to say this, and I mean this. Rita and I send all of our thoughts, our prayers, and our condolences to the Kerber family. And I spoke with his sister Karen yesterday at length. And I'll share everything that we talked about with you tonight. Okay, so we'll get to all of that as we spend this evening remembering the life and times of our dear friend and colleague, Kevin Kerber. By the way, Karen just texted me right before the show tonight to let me know that she is now an official Fadernaut. I was like, man, how cool is that? Well, the answer is very... right? And I hope she's listening right now. That was very cool, Karen. Thank you for that. So tonight is dedicated to Kevin. He's born on the 4th of July, 1958, departed the other side on April 27th, 2021. Let's get to the rest of the breaking news. Scientists reported new research results today suggesting that artificial objects in orbit around the Earth, satellites, trash, garbage, are brightening night skies on our planet significantly more than previously understood. Like for sky watches, right? The research, accepted for publication in the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, letters, finds that the number of objects orbiting the Earth could elevate the overall brightness of the night sky by more than 10% above natural light levels across a large part of the planet. This would exceed a threshold that astronomers set over 40 years ago for considering a location light polluted. That is interesting. There you go. So you just got, it doesn't matter, man. You can go out to the middle of the desert, no lights, no nothing, but up there, it is lit up. Well, the New York Police Department is set to give up its robotic police dog. Of course, we reported this story last month with the department saying that it had to retire the machine after it became a casualty of politics. Yeah. As critics insist, it represents the further militarization of law enforcement. The Deputy Police Commissioner for Intelligence and Counterterrorism, John Miller, said yesterday that the robot named DigiDog, that was by the department, by the way, would no longer be used, saying that the contract with its creator was canceled after the canine became a target for public criticism. How do you cancel? You just can't cancel a lease agreement, can you? You can't do that with your car. But I guess the NYPD can, because the NYPD's lease for the device was not meant to end until August. And the department had intended to continue testing its capabilities until then, but decided to end the trial early, as in right now, today. You can't take, you know what, man? This Honda's just not working out for me. I like the Accord when I bought it, but I don't like the lease payment, man. And I know I've driven it for the lot, but that's it. I'm ending the lease agreement. Take your car. It doesn't work that way. And I guess it does if you're the NYPD. Well, the gradual merger of man and machine, talking about robot, is not only inevitable, but imperative in the Pentagon's drive to outdo U.S. adversaries. The Space Force's top scientist said, hailing a new era of human augmentation in military tech. That's right. Super soldiers. Superhuman super soldiers. At an event hosted by the Air Force Research Laboratory yesterday, Dr. Joel Moser, chief scientist for Space Force, said superhuman technologies are on the horizon, insisting the U.S. cannot afford to lag in this area, dude. It's in the quote right there. Even crazier. Moser urged for an expansion of augmentation tech beyond the military, suggesting we could produce a superhuman workforce. These are his words, a superhuman workforce, presumably voluntarily. What? Or maybe not. That's also in the quote. Crazy. Let's get the show cracking. Happy birthday to today. I read this today. I'm just not, I can handle this show tonight. I've got Krispy Kreme donuts. I like that, Eric Stitt. I like where you're going with that. I do. I've got Hershey's Cookies and Cream King Size. I got that on top of my toffee fay. Top that, Eric Stitt. All right. Krispy Kreme. Oh, man, that sounds good right now. Anyway, Uma Thurman says that today is her birthday and that she's 51. That's her story. I'm going to stick with it. I mean, think about Pulp Fiction. I remember when that movie came out. I'm 58. She has to be older than, but anyway, 51. Jerry Seinfeld today is 67. Michelle Pfeiffer today is 63. And that's another, it's kind of tough. You got to go back to, you go back to Scarface. Even before that, American Graffiti. Was it American Graffiti? She was in, no, it was it Hollywood Nights? Was it American Graffiti? I can't even remember. One of those. But that was mid-70s? Yeah. Man, I could be wrong. Willie Nelson today is 88. Daniel Day-Lewis today is 64. Tommy James of Tommy James and the Shondells is 74 today. And string of hits with Tommy James. Extremely huge, influential songs. I Think We're Alone Now. That's a toe tapper. I love that song. Money, Money, right? Crimson and Clover. Crystal Blue Persuasion. That's my number 2. My number 1, Dragging the Line. Great White's Mark Kendall today is 64. And on this day in history, OTD 1992, riots erupt in Los Angeles after 4 Los Angeles police officers are acquitted in the Rodney King trial, the largest U.S. civil disturbances of the 20th century. There you go. Fader fact. All right. Man, I love doing Fader facts. I'm going to do the book. I am. I'm going to do the book. German city of, are you ready? Nordlingen was built on the top of a 15 million year old meteorite crater. Stone buildings in that town each contain millions of tiny diamonds. That's right. They didn't even know it. They didn't even know it. Well, they measure less than 0.2 millimeters across. But it's buildings made of diamonds. How crazy is that? That's nuts. That's your Fader fact. Tonight's another Fader night with open lines all night long. Not just another Fader night. Tonight, remembering the life of Kevin Kerber. All right. Now, we're going to have fun with this tonight. That's it. This is not sad, and you know what I've been doing for the last 2 days? I've been walking around going, okay, Kevin, man, give me a sign. Give me a sign. Move that. Move that right now. I'm like sitting in the studio. Move the pen, dude. Move the pen, Kevin. I know you can hear me. So maybe tonight, Kevin will move. Man, if something moved in the studio right now, I would pee. It is so quiet in here. And, man, that would just rock, right? Live on camera. Yeah. That would be awesome. Kevin Kerber, The Life and Times, tonight on the show. And it's open line, so whatever you guys want to talk about, that's the deal. But I'm going to ask you about Kevin. If you don't bring him up out of the gate, is that the town right there? Nordling, what's it called? Nordlingen? Kaz, is that what that is? That's cool. That's the town? I didn't even, oh man, Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's diamonds. Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Thank you for that. All right, do a book already. That's Jody. You will be a sentence on page 50 and 49 and 51. Jody, you're the best, man. And I mean that. Did I just say that to a woman? I said, man, you're the best woman. Now, that wouldn't be right. You can say, right? Man, it's such a PC world we're living in tonight. But I can tell you this. Jody don't care. All right. Super soldiers fascinate me. I chat with Penny often, who is a super soldier and an SSP pilot, and has been friends, colleagues in her group who are as well. She has 2,200 others as personalities. Our convos blow my mind. Who else has stories? Jody. You know what? Jody's so funny, and she's so cool, and she's so bright. She is. She's all that. But, and she's listening right now, so there's a big but here. She told me, there's a group of us, but she told me the funniest dolphin story I've ever heard. Jody, one night you have to call in. You have to call in, and you've got to tell the dolphin story. I can't say it. I can't repeat that dolphin story with a straight face. And she's so funny with it. And she does this dolphin dance, this thing, and she knows what I'm talking about. She is. Jody. Yeah, one night you got to call in. All right. Let me hit this River Moon coffee. rivermoonwellness.com. Links are over at jimmychurchradio.com. Best coffee in the world. I'm in a great mood. But now I want to talk to you about want. Want is a great word. W-A-N-T. Want. And it's also something that only really applies to Homo sapiens sapien. That's right. The classic definition of want goes something like this. Have a desire to possess or do something. To wish for. That is want. Does the animal kingdom want? I mean, you go into a nice dark cave, right? And got a bear family in there. Are you going to find a nice living room set, right? You're going to find a widescreen TV. You're going to have a collection of something on shelves, things that they want, desire. Hummel collection, right? You know what I'm talking about. This is my Elvis room. This is all my Elvis stuff. Wow, man. I didn't know black bears wanted. Well, and you have to look at it like this. The answer is probably not. I don't think you're going to see that in a cave with black bears. do fishes want? Right? Insects. Do they want? No. They need to eat. That's not wanting to eat. They have to eat. That's not want. Want is to desire something. And the answer is no, they don't. This is a total human thing. We dream about things that we want, right? And we all have them. We have those dreams. The Dalai Lama himself wants for something. It's a guarantee. Today. You know what I want? I want this UFO drama to kick up a few more degrees. This stuff is getting really, really fun. I had a really great conversation last night with Richard Olin. And about all of this stuff, UFO, UAP, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. And I just wish that everyone could just talk like Richard and I do. Just talk. You know, to listen. I want people to be able to listen to what other people have to say. Because that's what Richard and I do. And I love it. And when Richard and I do that, we were talking about that last night, butting heads. Richard and I butt heads all the time. We love to do that. And we push each other. And in the end, well, we're friends, but sometimes we can get the other to go, because it always makes me think. And that is what life is all about. So today, I know what you're saying. You're like, Jimmy, where are you going with this? You know, where are you leading us? Well, today, the Sun, the newspaper, the media outlet over in the UK, released an article with and about George Knapp and Harry Reid. Right? Okay. Based on a recent interview that the two of them did. Now, I went over to the Mystery Wire, by the way, and I watched the entire 22-minute interview. I did that today. I did it twice. Okay? They were talking about the flying pyramid, the leaked video that the U.S. Navy shot off the coast of San Diego, California. Now, in this conversation, to Knapp's credit, he pushes former Senator Reid pretty hard. Little green men, UFOs, flying saucers. He's pushing it, and he's trying to get Harry Reid to go, hey, okay, all right, they're here. I believe it. It's all good. That didn't really happen, but George pushed it, you know, and he's known Harry for a long time, and he's able to do that, and Harry gets it. Okay, I do. I understand. I see it. But Knapp didn't necessarily get what he was looking for. And during the conversation, Knapp asked Reid if the UFOs in these videos and in the swarms, because Reid brought up the swarms of it, and you know, and Knapp is like, hey, so what about these UFOs? Could they be Chinese tech? You know, could they be advanced Chinese tech? And Harry replied, quote, always remember Russia. The Soviet Union is run by a man who ran the KGB. They had as many as 31,000 agents at one time, so Russia is involved in this. No question about it. End quote. That's what Harry Reid said. Now, to be very clear, I know that the Sun isn't the most reliable of sources for this sort of stuff, and I get that, but it's a friggin' video. It's a video. It's not written. It's not made up. It's a video. And I went back and I looked at the original source of the video. And Knapp is asking a very direct question about whether or not the UAP drone footage could be Chinese tech. And Reid straight out corrects him and replies with Russia. I watched the entire interview a few times, and to make sure that I just wasn't imagining things, and to take things a step further, by the way, I'm not sure why Knapp would release this interview now, because it's in direct contrast to everything that has been implied right now about the U.S. Navy leaked video. That's confusing. Maybe George realizes, I don't know, and I've got tremendous amount of respect for George Knapp, but maybe he realizes that the objects in the video are just drones, and that's fine, right? The drones could be ours, could be Russian, could be Chinese, whatever, doesn't matter. And he's trying to clear the air for everyone. Maybe that's it. Maybe, anything is possible. But the crazy part for me was how the Twitterverse and the UAP fanboys today, after I posted the article and video, got totally butthurt because none of this fits their narrative right now. And for me, this makes things all the more fun. And they don't get it. This is sport for me. If I know it's getting under your skin and you've got some kind of cognitive dissonance and you can't deal with it, right? And something's about to change your reality and you don't want to accept it, that's on you, man. The butthurt is on you. And as long as I know that, I'm coming after you. Look, I'm not surprised that things have taken this turn, from ET to flying pyramids to homegrown drones. And that's not even a big deal. Not a big deal for me. But for those out there who have all kinds of this emotional investment in UAPs and that UAPs are alien and, from Zeta Reticuli, and the Pentagon is about to give us this disclosure thing, and that's their investment, well, sometimes the truth hurts when you rip off the Band-Aid. And it's going to sting at first. But the pain will stop. Listen to me, UAP fanboy. Listen, the pain will stop. And the sun will come up again tomorrow, and you're going to be all right. But honestly, don't do it. Don't rip it off just yet. I want the drama to continue for a while longer. That's right. This is what I want. I'm only Homo sapien sapien. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Tonight is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 747-228-2051. That's right. It's your calls. It's your conversation. And tonight we are remembering our good friend, Kevin Kerber. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back after this short break with your phone calls. Stay right there.
This is Nicole Church, daughter of you-know-who, and you're listening to Fade to Black on JimmyChurchRadio.com and the Game Changer Network.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio.
Introducing the Game Changer blend from Rivermoon Coffee that delivers a customized blend made specifically for the Fadernauts. If the game is rigged, change the game. It's a bolder cup with some bite. Game Changer is the coffee of choice for those that prefer an organic dark roast that is slightly lighter and milder, but it's still dark. With wild notes of pecans and chocolate with a rich, balanced, full-bodied cup that is roasted to perfection for a great coffee to start your day, as an after-dinner coffee or anywhere in between. Artisan, small batch roasted to perfection. USDA certified organic, all Rivermoon coffee is freshly roasted and packaged in the USA. Just go to rivermooncoffee.com or click on the banners over on our site and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. rivermooncoffee.com.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can get our podcast for just $2 per month. All you have to do is click on the podcast banner over at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, folks. It's troubling times, and fear is pushing emotions, which in turn pushes health the wrong direction. Do you ever get an ache because life is uneasy? Try Life Change Tea at wtih.com. Life Change Tea works on your digestive tract, helping to move food through quicker and comfortably so your health is spot on. Life Change Tea may not help with world issues, but it will help with your digestive issues. A glass a day helps keep the intruders away. So, change your life today. Log on to getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. If your health game is off, get on by ordering Life Change Tea. Getthetea.com. And while you're on our site, look around at the great non-GMO organic supplements. And if you're a sales shopper, go to our specials page and see what's for you. I've been drinking the tea for 12 years, and I'm sure glad for its health benefits. Again, that's getthetea.com. Getthetea.com. The tea that makes you go.
Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey. You're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? It's Thursday night. It's Fadernight. Best night of the week. Absolutely. I cannot wait until I get here. Thursday. It's amazing. 747-228-2051. And yes, tonight, Kevin Kerber. Kevin Kerber. All right. Now, I've got calls on hold. You guys stay right there. And let me actually set the tone, because I know some people want to know what happened and things. I spoke with his sister at length yesterday, and you can imagine that Kevin passed away on Tuesday, and I'm speaking with her yesterday, and she has got a lot of things that she is doing, and I can only imagine what her and the family is going through after that. But she took the time to speak with me yesterday, and we had a long, great conversation, and we laughed and things. But let me tell you what happened, and I just want everybody to understand it. Some of this, I can't go into great detail out of respect to the family and everything else, but she's a nurse, and they have a big piece of property in Texas, and Kevin, as everybody knows, Kevin got sick last year, and we were all very concerned about that, and he kind of dropped out for a little bit, but he came back and talked about it on the show. And he went from West Virginia to Texas. And I can't remember if when he called in, if he was moving to Texas and was arranging for it, or if he had already moved to Texas. But But he had told us that he went into the hospital. He didn't get anything specific. I found out yesterday more details on all of that. But I remember Kevin laughing last year and saying that it was nothing sexual or that he was all good. It had nothing to do with anything else. But anyway, had to do with his legs. Let's just, I'll go that far. So, and she's a nurse and she's explaining to me everything and it's way beyond my comprehension. But anyway, so he got better and he moved to Texas, moved onto their property and got a transfer with the company that he was working with. And that's about it. In that on Tuesday, because she's working from home, she had she runs this department, and she had a Zoom meeting that lasted about 3 hours, and so at 12:30, she went out and knocked on Kevin's door, spoke to him, and said, "Hey, you want to come in and have lunch with me really quick before I start this Zoom meeting? I'm going to be tied up." And he said, "No, I'm fine. It's all good." And she said, "Jimmy, he's fine. He was Kevin. That's it. It's no big deal. He didn't want to eat lunch with me. Okay, fine." I went and did my Zoom meeting, and that was the last time that she spoke to him. And she went back to kind of rustle him up for dinner when her husband had come home, and that's when they discovered that he had passed. And that's it. Now, the cause and everything else, I don't have that information. I don't think she does either, but she's also a nurse and she can draw her own conclusions and think about things. But she said Kevin was healthy, was not on any medications. Everything was fine. He had taken a couple of days off, or he was on his 2 days off of work. Tuesday was the first day, and his second day off of work would have been yesterday. And that was it. He was just at home kicking it on his day off. And that's what happens. The least expected thing. And that's what happened with Kevin. So I got the news first thing yesterday morning. And I just couldn't believe it. And the first thing that I had done is I came into the bunker because on my phone, just like anything else on my phone, navigating the web and things and stuff, and I really can't even see my, and it's easier for me to get in here into the bunker where I have a way to surf the net. And the first thing I did was I went and checked Twitter because we spoke to Kevin last Thursday on Fadernight, and I remember tweeting with him on Monday, and I checked the Twitter feed, and there was nothing there on. I don't want to lose it. I'm getting close. I don't want to get too deep into this, but there was nothing for Tuesday. And then I did go back and I checked Facebook and social media feeds, and there he was, liking and commenting on Facebook on Monday and tweeting on Monday, but nothing from Tuesday. And that was me. I'm trying to confirm what I was just told yesterday morning. And then, of course, I was able to make direct contact with his sister, and there you go. And there you have it. So that's all of the news that I have, the as far as direct information, just so all of you know. That's what happened. One of the really cool things, I was going to mention this later on in the show, but quite a few of his friends have reached out to me. They have sent me some emails and a lot of posts. And this is one of the things that really moved me the most, that one of his coworkers said to me that, Jimmy, Kevin, I found out the news today when I arrived at work, and we're all sat around here, but I just wanted to let you know that Kevin introduced me to Fade to Black, and he loved you so much, and introduced and did nothing but talk about Fade to Black to anybody that would listen, and that he taught me. This is in the post. He taught me how to say Gobekli Tepe, and I just thought, man, Kevin lived it. Kevin lived it. And wow. Okay, so that's the start of the show tonight. Yeah, we're all going to miss his sign off and things, but one of the things that Karen and I were talking about yesterday, and I really mean this, and I know that everybody understands what I'm about to say. That dude was funny. He was funny. He had a sarcastic wit about him, and that dryness of that humor cracked me up. And I knew that when he called in, that we would be able to take advantage of that humor that he had. That guy was funny, and I loved it. And sometimes I push it, and I had to think about it. I want everybody to understand where I'm coming from. And I said this to Karen yesterday. I said, I went back and I thought about our last conversation on Thursday, because I know I was pushing him because he's so funny, and the way that he would respond to me was hilarious. And I thought, man, my last conversation with Kevin, I hope it was cool, because I know that I really enjoyed it. Did I push it too much? I hope that I didn't, but he didn't care. And that was Kevin Kerber. He wanted to go there. He wanted to go there. So that's it. With that, 747-228-2051. It's open lines. It's Thursday night. Whatever you guys want to talk about, that's fine with me. This is Fade to Black, and this is what we do on Thursday nights. All right? Rest in peace, Kevin Kerber, July 4th, 1958 to April 27th, 2021. With that, let's go to the phones. Let's see who's up first.
He wanted to go there.
Oh, man. I did it again. I got to stop doing that. That's my fault. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Sorry you had to listen to the show.
Hello, Jimmy.
Yeah.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Who's this?
You're talking to Olus. I'm one of Kevin Kerber's good friends, I guess, past.
And
I only knew Kevin for about 5 years or so.
Right.
But I grew to know him and love him like a brother. And he was just an incredible person. And we actually met through another program, which he jumped in and became a moderator in our chat room for us. And
is this for John B. Wells?
Yes, sir. I work for John B.
Yeah, right on.
I'm actually neglecting my duties now, which John will forgive me. We are live as well. But
tell John.
I just wanted to reach out and
absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, tell John I said yo. We love John around here, but I know that that Kevin loved John B. and was a really good friend of yours, and it's incredible that his love for all things unexplained with Kevin and his pursuit of that and his knowledge.
Oh, it was incredible.
Incredible.
Jimmy, I tried to stump him so many times on questions on music and movies, media, sci-fi, whatever, and I don't think I ever did stump him. I mean, he was just an incredible wealth of knowledge, and he was just a down-to-earth, great guy. And we talked usually every day, or at least texted, and I'm only 2 days in, but I'm really missing those calls.
And this is the other thing, and I want to thank you for the phone call, and definitely tell John, I know he's live on the air, tell him I said hello, and and with Kevin and everything else, this is a good day, and I know that he's listening. So just thank you, and thank you for taking the time tonight. I know you guys are live on the air.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Rita, and all the Fadernauts. He loved you guys, and God bless you all. Kevin, I'll see you on the other side, brother.
I'll talk to you, Orlis. Wow. Thank you so much. And right now, I'm actually live on the air, and Doug Aldrich is calling. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
Jimmy, am I on the air?
You're on the air right now. If you can see the video camera, I've got the speakerphone actually on the microphone, and everybody's watching this go on live. But how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I just want to say congratulations to you for all you're doing, and I'm so proud of you, and that you're doing great work for everybody, and I just wanted to call and say hi and see what's going on.
And this is the thing, Doug. We love you, but the thing is you are rocking it right now. I mean, wow, right? But my goal in life, Doug, is to have one more guitar than you. That's my goal. That's my goal, brother. That's my goal.
Well, you and I both have been very blessed to have a lot of instruments and stuff, and you always took care of me. And we love it, man. It's like that's what we do. We're those are the tools of the trade to create music and to have fun. It's about having fun, right?
It's about having fun. And one of the things with my studio here, my passion for music and guitar. And this is a working radio studio. We're live every night, million people, all that stuff is great. And they're listening to us right now. They get to hear your music, your stuff. We still do it, Doug, every night on the air. We've been doing it for 10 years now, using the Electrovision tracks. And
I appreciate it, bro.
No, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. But this is the thing. This is a working live radio studio. And the guitars that hang on this wall and back of me make me happy. This is my office, and that's it. I just got to get a gold top. I gotta get.
There's always one more that we need. There's always one more guitar. But you are a very talented guitar player. You always were, and I think that you might have to at some point. You might have to throw down on the air live and do a little bit of and throw a little Jimmy Church on people.
Hey, Doug, behave and be well, my friend, and let's circle back over the next couple of days. I'm actually off for 3 days. Thursday nights are my Friday.
Sounds good. Well, listen, I'm one of your biggest fans. I love you. I'm in New York at the moment, and listening to you, and all the best to you and the listeners. Thanks for having me on for a minute, and let's catch up.
Do me one favor. Say, what's up, Kevin? Just say that for me.
Kevin, what's up? Kevin, what is up?
Doug, behave and be well, man. Let's circle back.
All right, bro.
Talk to you. Doug Aldrich. That's what you're going to do. Doug Aldrich. Doug Aldrich calls in the middle of the show. I'm going to take that call right there. But that was pretty cool. Doug Aldrich. And he's... I got the Kevin shout out from Doug Aldrich. There you go. All right. And I know he's listening right now, Doug. I get the question every single day. I get an email. There's a post. Man, what's the music, man? On your second break. What's the music in the third break? And I've got to go. Doug. That's Doug Aldrich. That's Doug Aldrich. And it's just special. All right. So with that, let's. Let me do this. The phones are going a little bit nuts. So let me clear some stuff out here. Okay. And we'll get to the calls again in just a second. I'm just getting a little bit lazy. And that was John B. Wells' producer, who had just called in Orlis, and him and Kevin were very close. And like he was saying, Kevin was a moderator for them for a number of years. And that's pretty cool that he took the time to call in tonight during their show. They are live right now. Okay, let's go here. And I think I'm getting everything in order. There you go. All right, let's see who's up next. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy, it's Sarah Ann. How are you?
I'm doing great, Sarah Ann. How are you?
I'm good. I have a quick a story that ties into Kevin because he had given it a thumbs up. But I just wanted to quickly say that, Kevin was great. We had been chatting once, and he was telling me about why he loved calling into Fade to Black and why you were an inspiration to him. And he said that he loved that calling in and speaking with you was a conversation always and not a confrontation. And just, what a great way to be if we could all have that sort of attitude. He was so strongly gentle in such a, his gentle nature was such a strength, and that's how I'm going to remember him. So I just want to say, love you, Kevin, and best to his family.
You're right about that. And when I was speaking with his sister yesterday, and I know she's listening right now, Karen, our thoughts are with you and the family. But Karen said to me, she said straight up, she goes, Jimmy, he would play all of your phone conversations for me. And then I started listening to the show. And she goes, every time that Kevin called in, all I wanted you to say was, give it to me, Kevin.
Yep.
And I mean, it just became such a part of the show. It was part of the show. And it was an incredible moment for each Fadernight for me to be able to get to that. It was so funny. You know what I used to? I think everybody noticed this. I do this to a couple of people, but I did it to Kevin every time. I know Kevin's phone number, right? I got it right here. I know Kevin. I know when he's calling in, but I always go, "Who is this?" Who is? It's Kevin from West Virginia. It's just like, and he played it, man.
It's tacitly funny.
Yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. He played it. He played it, man. He played it. He played it so well. And I know somebody, I think it might have been Mark Tarana. It might have been Eric Stitt, one of the players, that said the show's not going to be the same. And in a very truthful and honest way, it's not. It's not. And we know that. And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. I know that he's listening right now. I know that he is. I'm serious, Sarah Ann. I've been like, dude, Kevin, move that over there. Move that candle. I said it. I'm like, dude, move the pen. Quit playing around. And I've just been I've been waiting. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
That's why I wanted to call in with a scary story that I had told him and he liked.
And what was it?
So about a year ago, I had gone over to my parents' house for a visit, and I ended up sleeping over. My mom got up in the middle of the night because she couldn't sleep and went into the living room. And so, my bedroom was down the hall, and I never sleep with my door closed. I'm so scared it's dark. So if I had walked out of my room, I wouldn't have made a lot of noise. So anyway, in the morning, my mom was like, something really weird happened last night. And my mom has started to see things, as I've called them, I've told stories, as she's gotten older, especially as her vision has gotten worse. And I was like, uh-oh, what did you see? She's like, yeah, something came out of your bedroom last night. So this is concerning, right? Because I'm sleeping in my bedroom. And she's like, at first I swore it was you. Somebody who looked just like you was walking down the hall towards me and then turned into the kitchen. And this person was wearing a black cape. Now, when I hear black cape, I get a little concerned, right? Because it seems kind of like a dark energy. And I was like, what? Okay, tell me more. And then we start going into it, and she's like, no, it was somebody that looked like you. And it wasn't like a cape. And so we started like going on the internet to like get some references and pulling up images. And she's like, it's a cloak. Yes, it was a woman with a long black dress and a cloak, but like a white collar, like a decorative white collar and like a white apron. I'm like, this sounds like a Puritan. And we found images of women that looked like they were in Puritan garb. And she was like, no. And she was fixated on this big, like floppy hat. And I saw this image and I clicked on it. And as I clicked on it, I knew. I clicked on the image and Mom goes, that was it. That was her. And it was a Salem witch.
Mm.
Yeah. And what was interesting was a week later, I had gone back over to their house, and it was late at night, and I was meditating on the living room floor, and I laid back down, and I was like doing some Reiki or energy healing or something, and I turned my head to the left, and the woman was also laying on the floor across from me.
You know, that's creepy, right? Okay, so
yeah.
I mean, what the visuals going through my head. I don't even know. I don't want to know what the picture, what she looked like. What was Kevin's response?
Oh, I have a Pinterest link. I'll put it up on Twitter.
Okay. What was Kevin's response?
She was like, that's creepy. That's creepy. I wish I could do it.
That's creepy.
Yeah, he gave me
I don't have pipes like Kevin. Kevin's got a whole nother thing going on. When I get excited, like right now, my voice is high. Well, I don't know how high it is. I mean, everything's relative, right? But Kevin had that thing. He had that thing that thing. I think that was the highest register.
I think my story freaked him out, and his voice got lower.
Sarah Ann, thank you so much in this very special night, and there you go. Thank you so much, and have a great, safe, fun, and amazing weekend.
Will do. Much love to you and all the Fadernauts. Good night.
Right back at you, Sarah Ann. Sarah Ann, she's somewhere in the Midwest. She won't disclose. But I think there's a lot of cheese in the area. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back after this short break. It's Fadernight, open lines all night long. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right. 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Listen, I know, and you know, that you've always wanted your first crystal skull. Or maybe you're a collector just like me, but you just don't know where to go to find the real thing. Then I met Carolyn Ford over at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. Carolyn is the guardian of Einstein, one of the most respected ancient crystal skulls in the world. All of her unique skulls have been imprinted sitting with Einstein in his sacred lodge and are carved from the finest gemstone and materials. Imprinting is the process of receiving the ancient wisdom from the master skull or master computer. Einstein, the ancient crystal skull. To see Carolyn's current collection of crystal skulls, just visit her store at EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com or click on the banner over on our site. Don't forget to use the promo code Jimmy at checkout to receive 10% off of your order today. That's promo code Jimmy. Finding your first or next crystal skull is easy. Just visit EinsteinTheCrystalSkull.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roasted to the dark side of fade to black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
Hello, I'm Katie and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA digital broadcast station.
This is Toby Kebbell. You're listening to jimmychurchradio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. We are also Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier.
And I'm Ari Gold.
We're the Honey Brothers.
And you're listening to Jimmy Church.
The Revolution.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and you can become an official Fadernight by just going to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com.
Hello, this is Serena Wright Taylor from Conscious Life Expo, and you're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church, who holds the Lucky Pony record for the best astrological chart since 1963. True story.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Yeah, I was just over lurking in YouTube. Trouble, man. Troublemakers. I'm watching. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. It is Thursday night. It is a Fader night. You're going to hear this all night long. This is a show for Kevin Kerber, and who left this earth on Tuesday, catching us all by surprise, not only here at Fade to Black, but his friends and family and things. And it goes without saying, life is short. Life is short. It's shorter than anybody can imagine. You know, when you're 5 and you're waiting for Christmas Eve and it is December 1st, that takes 2 years. That's the longest month ever. And you get this idea in your head at that age that everything just lasts forever. It just takes forever. And you quickly find out, especially, you get to, you got to wait for 21, and legally drinking and all that thing, call yourself an adult, and you got to wait for that for 21 years. 22 happens quick. You're 21 for like a day. And the next thing you know, you're 30. And then a blink of an eye, you're 40. Half of a blink of an eye, you're 50. And life is short. Life is just short. Short. That's it. That's it. Do what makes you happy. Live every day like it's your last and just do it. That's it. And that's what Kevin did. That's what Kevin did. And just let that, if there's one thing, and that's not melancholy, that's not sad, that's advice. That's advice. That's advice, man. Just live it. Rock it. Rock it. All right. Let's see. Let's see who's up next. Oh, I got somebody in queue. I'm all ready to go. All I got to do is hit this button right here like this and go like this. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
I've smoked half a joint just listening to you rant there. So I'm smoking the rest.
Okay.
Mr. Church.
That's fine. Who's this?
It's the one and only Johnny Ricardo.
Johnny Ricardo?
Yep. He survived the desert just to call in a week later.
There you go. How you doing, Johnny?
I'm alive, sir. The desert is a cruel mistress, and she whipped my butt deep.
Yeah, right on. Right on.
I'm in Tucson now.
You're in Tucson. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's real desert. That's real desert. Yep. That's real desert. Arizona is real desert.
Well, I'll tell you what happened.
Okay.
I made it as far as Palm Springs.
Right.
Slept through a sandstorm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, screw this. I'm going back to L.A., buying myself a train ticket.
Fair enough.
I was so sore because I didn't even set up the tent. I just wrapped myself in my sleeping bag, and the wind and the sand just kept beating me all night. And I was just so sore by morning. I'm like, I'm going back to LA.
So what out there in the desert, like if you're in Tucson right now, you can see everything, right? It's nothing but stars from left to right, top to bottom, back and forth. It's
kinda. I'm standing outside right now, and I can honestly tell you, there's still a moderate amount of light pollution that you're just seeing, like, the usual stars you're going to see in a city. Now, if you're outside the city, where there's no light pollution, you're going to see the freaking Milky Way.
That's true. That's true. And right there in Tucson, you just head up, over the hills right there, and you are in crazy town, hilly desert, right? It's just right there, and it's so funny that just right over the hill is Tucson, and then in front of you is nothingness for hundreds of miles. Yeah. I've been back there. Yeah. It's unbelievably beautiful. So have you seen anything strange?
Have I seen anything strange lately?
All right. Nothing to report.
Except for those two guys next to a bank. Not really.
Okay, I'm not sure where you're going with that, but let me ask you this.
I'm just being vague and facetious.
That's fine. Those are my two favorite words, vague and facetious. Tonight we're talking about Kevin.
About Kevin.
Yeah, and what was the funniest moment? Because that guy had, probably 100 funny moments on this show that were just extreme. But when you think about those moments with Kevin, what comes to mind first?
I'm just curious if he was the ghost of John Lennon.
I have looked at a bunch of pictures, and I've thought about that. And not only John Lennon, but he could have been a character actor in a bunch of movies. He had that look. I'm looking at his picture right now, and in this picture, he's like in front of a Hobbit house, right? And he's got the Gandalf thing going on, right? He just does. He just does. Yeah, he could have. I thought you were going to go somewhere else with that.
The ghost of John Lennon was just such a fun gag, calling in that given what I've learned about his humor, it just seemed right up his alley.
Yeah. His humor was just spot on, and he knew it. I have the feeling when he was doing his thing on the show, he was on the other end of the phone, just going. He was. I know he was. I just know that he was. He was just laughing, and then he would just come back on with dry dude. But
I could definitely. It's something I constantly relate on because I'm always thinking, well, how am I going to, start this conversation off every time I call you? Because it seems like he set that bar of just like, if you want to be noticed amongst the faders, you got to have a perfect, entry.
That's a really good point. He had it down. And it was a shtick that I just enjoyed. And I just enjoyed messing with him, and he messed right back. And I know that the Fadernauts enjoyed every single phone call. Johnny, be safe out there on the road, man.
Well,
be
here's
safe.
the thing.
Yes.
Here's one more thing. Just because it's Kevin, he brought the fun in the funeral himself.
That's right.
I did not have to be bringing the fun into this funeral. He brought the fun into it himself. And for that, he definitely deserves to be remembered. And on that point, I must say, sir, namaste, peace, love, and chicken grease. May the force be with you all. And I think it's time to fade to black, sir.
It's time to fade to black, Johnny Ricardo. Be safe out there in Tucson, my friend. Now go get abducted.
I will, brother. I'll let you know when I'm moving on.
I'll talk to you. Johnny Ricardo out there in Tucson. And he's right. He's right. I mean, Kevin brought his game. And he was ready to go with that game. He was ready. He came in, and he was ready. And there you go. Let's go back to your phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. It's Joe Rich from Staten Island.
Hey, Joe. How are you tonight, man?
I'm good. I just thought I'd check in. I haven't been around for a while. I thought I'd say hello and see how you all are.
Well, we're doing good, and it's great to hear your voice. And there you go. And thanks for checking in. But Kevin Kerber, Kevin passed away on Tuesday.
Yeah. Was he the guy with the contact T in the woods and so on? Was he that guy?
He had the deep voice.
He saw the orbs and things and all that.
He was Kevin from West Virginia, and it's time to fade to black.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought it was him. You know what? I find that topic very interesting as of late for some reason. I've been hearing like Whitley Strieber and things, and I haven't been calling in, but that woman Catherine Madeline or something you had on.
Catherine?
Remember the video down, that woman Catherine Madden or something like that a few weeks back.
Ooh, Catherine Madden.
I don't know, whatever.
All right.
Anyway, I just find it quite interesting as of late. It's interesting, like, how these people deal and stuff like that, what it's about,
Kathleen, you're talking about Kathleen Marden.
Yes, I found it very interesting. Actually, I really appreciated that show. I just would like to say, so.
Well, thank you.
That was kind of a very interesting topic. It really kept me up that night. I was busy doing something, so it kept me up going,
Absolutely, Joe. Well, it's great to hear your voice, my friend, and it's a very special night, and thank you for checking in with us.
Well, you take care, and condolences to the family as well, okay?
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you so much.
Right.
And that's Joe from Staten Island. And, that Kathleen Marden show, which was on the anniversary of, that was Betty and Barney Hill. Of course, she's the niece of Betty and Barney Hill. But a lot of correspondence about that show. That show resonated with a lot of people. It wasn't just you, Joe. Wasn't just you. Let's go back to the phones. Let's see who is up next. Oh, hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Turn me down. Turn me down. Turn me down.
Walk away from here. Okay, can you hear me?
Okay. Turn me down.
Hey,
okay.
This is Steve from Long Beach. We've talked a few times. The last time we talked, You might remember a few months ago about the fake colonel from Edwards Air Force Base.
I remember the fake colonel from Edwards Air Force Base. I do. Oh, were you him?
I wanted to just dedicate it to Kevin. Kevin and I became very good friends from another podcast that he kind of faded away from there, but he turned me on to Fade to Black, and I became a Fadernaut because of Kevin. And we kept in touch, and I knew he moved from West Virginia, and we were looking forward to meeting each other in June in Laughlin. And needless to say, I was just devastated. It just blindsided me. I had no idea he was, I guess, so good with you guys as producer, but Kevin Kerber is the one who got me to become a Fadernaut.
Yeah, right on. He's and I got so many, Steve. I got so many messages and emails about that. I mean, I couldn't believe it. And it's how do I say this? When you become friends with somebody and all the work that he put into the show and his dedication to the show, that was fantastic, and it really moved me. And but you don't know. He never mentioned any of this to me or to anybody else. And to have people like you come up and go, man, I got introduced to Fade to Black from Kevin Kerber. You know, and I've heard this over and over again. And that's just amazing to me. You just never, you don't know these things. And he it was nothing that, he mentioned or things or no, he did that all on his own because he loved the Fadernauts and he loved this family, and it was his pursuit of all things unexplained, and that's it.
Yeah, he I had told him I had really blown it on Halloween. I said I could have had Jimmy all to myself on the Queen Mary. I remember you kind of had the place all to yourself this last Halloween. And,
yes.
I worked right across the dock from there. I passed the Queen Mary going and coming. And I said, I was looking over there when it was there, and I go, nobody will be there. It'll be packed out. And I looked through the parking lot, and I go, there wasn't a lot of cars there. Later to find out, I could have been right there with you. So hopefully I forgot the conference in Laughlin. What's the name of it again?
UFO MegaCon. You going to come out?
Yeah, I got a UFO MegaCon. I got to write that down. I think it's at the Aquarius, isn't it?
Yes, Aquarius, June 6th through the 12th. June 6th through the 12th.
It's a long one. I'm going to try to set that all up right now while I'm on lunch. I'll spend the week there, and then I have a place in Havasu, so I'll head back down for a few more days and make it a mini vacation. But it's going to be hard because Kevin and I had planned on meeting there and hanging out. I was going to have him show me how to work the computer on the site. But Kathy, if you're listening, I'm hurting with you. I wish I could meet you. And we even have a mutual friend, Olis, from another one.
Yeah, Olis. He just called in. Olis called in at the top of the show.
Oh, okay. He got in. So
yes.
I kind of caught hell because I posted about him passing on another site, and they go, "Oh no, you're not supposed to do that," and blah blah blah. And I said, "Hey, who cares?" Kevin was a great friend of ours, and he promoted it, and we text back and forth about great shows and stuff. And he's going to be deeply missed. He's going to be missed. Everybody will. So with that, I won't take your time up. You got a lot of callers. Love you guys. Looking forward to meeting you in Laughlin and learning a whole lot of things.
Yeah, man. Come on up and shake my hand and introduce yourself, Steve. And maybe we'll go out and have a cold one together. All right?
That might work. It might work, buddy. So, okay. Fadernauts, you love you guys, and say fade to black.
Fade to black, Steve. Thank you so much, my friend.
Bye-bye.
Right on. That's a great phone call. Thank you so much, Steve in Long Beach. And wow. Again, Olis called in. He works for John B. Wells, and so did Kevin. And that's what Steve was just referencing there. Was John B. Wells, and Kevin was over there for a number of years, like 5 years, 4 years, 5 years, worked over there, and then came over to Fade to Black. And there you go. Kevin causing trouble. All right. Let's keep this going. What a great night. What a great night. Thursday night, Fadernight, 747-228-2051. It's open lines all night long. Whatever you want to talk about, that's fine because it's Fadernight. But I'm going to ask you about Kevin Kerber. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2. Man, I hate to do this. You got to be ready. You got to be ready. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Yes, this is Ray calling from up north.
What's your name?
Ray.
Hey, Ray. How you doing, man?
Not too bad.
How far?
Oh, Jimmy, before...
how far north?
Yeah, just up in Port Moody is close by Vancouver.
Oh, you're way north.
Yeah.
You might as well just say Alaska.
Yeah, that's very close.
Yeah, you're close. Are you close to Kelowna?
No, Kelowna is about another 2 hours from our area here.
Okay.
I'm close to Vancouver, about 25 minutes.
25 minutes north?
25 minutes east.
25 minutes east.
Vancouver.
Okay. Well, then you're closer to Kelowna. Aren't you impressed that I even said Kelowna?
I've been there, but lots of fruits. Oh man, they're cheap too when you go in the summertime. Too bad about the border being closed right now.
You got that right. Oh, what's on your mind, Steve? Or Steve? What's on your mind, Ray?
Yeah. Well, first thing is I would like to send my condolences to the family of Kevin Kerber. Although I don't know him, he's a Fadernaut, and God bless his soul. I would like to just a couple of things, Jimmy. I love your show. Let's put it that way. First thing I want to tell you about is a meteorite.
Which one?
My experience about it. When I was growing up in the old country, which is Manila, and the equator, where you look up and there's the universe. I was maybe about 7, 8 years old, sitting up the evening, but around 8, 9 o'clock at night. It's pretty dark, so there's a lot of stars. And I believe the universe talks to us, I was up looking up at the stars, and I was just talking to it, nonchalantly. Time to go to bed, so I went up and, the window is open. I was looking outside, and sure enough, there's this, shooting star hitting the ground right in front of me. And so what I did was, it was kind of dark then. It was probably around 11 o'clock. I didn't want to go down, and, I was young, and I was like probably 7, 8 years old, and I'm too scared to go down. So next following morning, I went down, and I searched where it landed, and sure enough, it made a dent of maybe a foot. I could see the hole. And you wouldn't believe this, Jimmy. There's a round, black, glassy meteorite. I was going, wow, that's neat. I picked it up, took it to school, and lo and behold, and here I am, two-faced money bit. My friend bought it from me. And, that's the story there anyway. I think the universe is talking to us.
Always.
That's one of the things. That's one story I want to tell you. The second story is about UFO. The first sign of UFO that I've had was I lived in the east part of Canada in Newfoundland. And we're close to the Atlantic Ocean. I've been close to where the Titanic went down. But I was in the West Coast, so I'm looking towards, if I look further, south, I'll be looking at the Bermuda Triangle. And this is still further all the way up there. where I was. But I had an argument with my father, and it was like 10 o'clock, and I was probably in my teens, 15, 16, had an argument with Dad, so I had to sleep in my old Rambler outside, so I woke up around 1 or 2 in the morning, and above, we have a barn, so I'm looking at this barn, and further, maybe miles away, that's the Atlantic Ocean. And what I saw was this red light. It was streaking, and it wasn't streaking really fast. It was just like it was doing a horizontal movement. It's a fluorescent red light, not very fast, and it's just like a tree line, but it's right above the barn roof. And it made that zigzagging thing. It went across a horizontal path, and it went zigzag down, it went back, and it went zigzag up, and it did that a couple of times. And so anyway, I kind of, I better go in the house. I didn't get scared or anything. But in the next following morning, in breakfast time, my mom was down there, and I told my mom about it. And she said that would have been a shooting star. I said, yeah, well, you know what? They don't go like that. And this was red, and that was it. That was just let it go as that, Jim. That's all I want to tell you.
That's a Class A sighting. That's a Class A sighting. And thank you for sharing that with us. I mean, the question that I had, what year was that, Ray?
That was around 75, 76. I'm in my 60s now.
Right.
So that was 75, 76.
What's there? I've only got about 30 seconds, Ray. So just let me ask you this quickly. Was there any reports? Yep. Was there anything in the news, the newspapers? Did anybody else see anything?
No, but I do remember there was this lady that was she had an ad on the newspaper back in the day. And she said anybody who experienced seeing things like UFOs or something paranormal to give her a call. So I actually explained that to her. And, I don't know if she put it in her article or not.
Yeah.
That's all I knew about that.
And Ray, back then, I've got to run. I got to get to a commercial. But back then, Stanton Friedman was living out there. You could have called Stanton. So there you go.
Oh,
right?
I did.
Yeah, he was right there in Newfoundland. All right, behave and be well, Ray, and thank you for the phone call.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Thank you. That's a great phone call right there. And all the way from the great white north. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. Fadernight, open lines all night long, remembering the life of our friend Kevin Kerber. I'll be right back.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Do you want to be an official Fadernight? Of course you do. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. Just go to our membership section at jimmychurchradio.com. Fadernauts. When you think about the future of our country and where we're headed, do you wonder about the food supply? I do. Disruptions in the food supply chain could be disastrous, and they usually occur with little warning. That's why the smartest thing you can do today is to stockpile emergency food, water, and other essentials. I personally recommend My Patriot Supply. They're the nation's largest emergency preparedness company, serving millions of customers for more than than a decade. In fact, they're the only source my family trusts for our preparedness plan. You should too. Right now, save 20% off a full 4-week supply of delicious meals that provide 2,000 calories a day. Saving 20% helps too, doesn't it? Especially now. So go to preparewithjimmy.com and get ready. That's preparewithjimmy.com. There's no time to lose. Do it now.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7, with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRARadio.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Tonight, it's Fadernight. Open lines, your calls, your conversation, uncensored, unfiltered, unscreened. You know, Fadernight is the greatest night in all of talk radio in all of the world. That's what this evening has turned into. It is great. Yes, we cover UFOs and time travel and conspiracy and lost history and the paranormal, supernatural, all that stuff. Music, food, entertainment, comedy. That's right, Doug Aldrich. We do all of that around here. But tonight we are also remembering the life of our friend who left us on Tuesday, unexpectedly, quite suddenly, Kevin Kerber. And there you go. But I know he's listening right now. He's like, enough already, man. Get on with the paranormal. I want to hear some UFO stories. Not tonight, Kevin. We'll do that next week. And with that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2, 1. Man, you got to be ready. You just got to be ready. Here on Fade to Black, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready, Jimmy.
Who's calling?
Sir. This is Clint Walker from Georgia. I'm with my little brother, Dave.
Hey, man.
I just want to say I ordered a bag of River Room coffee, $10. You cannot beat that. And supports the show. And I just want to say I was listening to you and Jordan Maxwell. And Jordan Maxwell's amazing. And you got to talk to Jordan. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, he's cool. And do you guys have a UFO landing in the background?
It's probably my AC unit.
There you go. I thought you guys were getting abducted there, Clint.
Oh my God, I know, right? Speaking of, thank you so much, Jimmy. And I must say real quick, it supports the show. And you go to the grocery store, it's $6, $7 anyway for a thing of coffee, but $10, it's so good.
It's the best. 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 It's the best.
I haven't had the Fade to Black stand yet, but it's just so good. And I just want to say, saw Linda Moulton Howe has something coming up on blood types and experiencers. I'm O negative blood, So I've had some pretty amazing experiences, but I can't wait for that show. You know, and I just want to say that.
Wow, you got you got the O negative.
Yes, O negative. The O negative. And one thing I can say I've never said, me and my mother, I was 8 years old in 1993, DeLand, Florida. My brother was in his car seat. We're in, what is it, a 1966 Ford Falcon? We're just driving classically. I'll never forget my mom saying, "Look, Clinton, look." There's no seatbelts in those cars. So I go over the back seat, and my mother was here, maybe in the future. It looked like a giant, I could see, what are they called? Rectangle lights. I want to say like 40 by 80 foot, maybe 7 going horizontal. It was huge. And I remember being a child, and it just went, like Jordan Maxwell said when he went out there in 61, those crafts came in, and the way he went, it freaking just boom. I remember thinking like the earth rolled off its axis. Yes, and it was the most amazing thing. And we've never talked about it. Yes. And then and it's just been amazing. And ever since then, became really like musically inclined. But there's always been this thing, like when I hear Jordan talk about, that's not a voice that's audible. You can't hear it. But there's something good in the universe that guides you, you know? And I remember loving Adam Sandler in the movie The Crap when that came out. All of a sudden, I played football, and I'm in the movie The Waterboy, and I meet both of them. And I loved Green Day, like when I told you about the Dookie Drive pedal. Okay, in 2000 Warped Tour, something was like, pick up the little backstage things that people are tearing off, go to the medic tent, tape them together. I did it, and I walked right backstage, and I saw Billy Joe walking, and I got to pat him on the back in the year 2000. Things like that, good things.
Yeah. That's trippy. I'm totally with you. I'm totally with you on that stuff where, and you look back because those kinds of things accumulate, right? Where you kind of look back and you go, well, there was Billy Joe, there was this, there was that, and it's cool that you're taking note of it. A lot of people don't do that. Yes. Right?
No, one more thing great to happen to me. Remember, it's just, as long as it's good and positive, that's why I love Jordan Maxwell when you're talking to him. So I'm 16. I give my Good Charlotte ticket, because I already saw them in the year 2000. They're fucking amazing. Two brothers, like me and my brother. I give my ticket to, Kristen, remember, the kid? And I go see my girlfriend at the Fit Club. She was gymnastics. All of a sudden, this girl and her mom walks in with a Lefty shirt on. They went to the Good Charlotte concert. She's like, yeah, I'm dating the drummer. I'm like, what? 16 years old. He's on his way. Dusty Brill. I'll never forget it. Changed my life. He was so cool. He gave me his jacket, 105, Uniting the States tour, and just amazing things. And so more to come is what, we're here in the middle of nowhere. We got our coffee and just staying positive,
Clint,
thank you, Jim.
Yeah, thank you so much, my friend. Give my best to your brother. And this is a great phone call, man. Thank you so much, and behave and be well. What kind of guitar do you play?
Fade to Black. I have Fender. I just modified it. I have my first original. This is here when I moved here. It's a Terminator guitar. It's from like the early 90s with a little speaker on it. It's called a Terminator. And I have that here. It has one pickup and one volume knob. So I modified mine like that. So, yeah, Tom DeLonge does that too. But I've been doing it also since I was a kid. And that's why I just love that style. You know how many guitars?
You know how many guitars I have with one volume knob? I have a buttload. Hold on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me turn around. That's 6. Okay, I have 6. I have 6 behind me.
Duncan.
Yeah, Seymour Duncan JBs in everything.
Right.
JBs and JNs.
That Invader pickup.
Yeah, you know what? I'm talking to there may be something like that in the future with Seymour Duncan. There just may be a JC model coming up instead of the JB. But yeah, I'm just when it comes to I like one volume knob, one pickup, Keep it simple. Turn it up all the way.
Yes, keep it simple.
Yeah. And I think 1, 2, 3 of those are kill switches. You know what a kill switch is, right?
I believe so. No, sir. I've
Okay.
never heard.
Well,
What is
a kill switch is okay. So a kill switch, if you're looking at the camera, the kill switch.
Yeah.
So here's your volume knob, but you press it. It's a switch.
Oh.
See?
Wicked.
Yeah. So that kills. So it goes.
Yes.
It's a kill switch.
That's
man.
amazing. One other thing, this is so great. I've met Tom DeLonge at the Ice Palace in Tampa back when the Take Off Your Pants and Jacket tour. My guitar player Keith's dad got tickets to meet and greet. I'll never forget because they had guards around them, because they're pretty awesome people. I named my kid after Travis when I met him. Mark was awesome.
Travis
Tom
Barker
walked away.
is Travis Barker the best drummer in the world?
He is. And I put my brother up. I put my brother up with him. I'll put $100. That's because Travis was so cool. He gave me a fist bump, and I named my kid Travis after him. Yes.
Yeah, Travis is
Tom
amazing.
walked away, right?
Yeah.
They got these guards. I somehow slipped by, and I was like, Tom. He turned around with Atticus beanie on, and he's like, I'm like, you got to pick. He's like, no, dude, sorry. It was so awesome. Things like that just happen, and it's just so nice to share this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so with you on that, Clint. Travis Barker blows my mind. And he's a monster.
I saw him play one-handed. Like the Def Leppard dude. He was in plus 44.
Yep.
And it came out with one hand.
I've seen him do it too.
And everything.
I know.
You too? Yeah, Jimmy.
I've seen him do it too.
Blown away.
He is.
That was amazing.
This is the thing. Travis could play in any jazz band, any traditional band, any heavy metal band, rock and roll, country, salsa. It doesn't matter. He can play it all. He's
all-around musician.
I don't know. Is he still in Blink 182?
I'm pretty sure them three dudes get together once a year and hang out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Straight 4 pipes, and they talk because they are boys, and then the public sees what they want, but they are friends. And heck yes.
Yeah.
Heck yes. He is.
Clint,
that's just their thing.
Enjoy your weekend, my friend. Give my best to your brother. All right?
I will. Night, Jimmy.
I'll talk to you. That's a great phone call right there. That's Clint. And Clint didn't even tell me where he was at. He didn't. He didn't even tell us where he was at. But I'm serious. When it comes to Travis Barker, he freaks me out. He is so good, right? He is so good. He's one of the best. And I say this a lot, and I don't mean this in a strange way, but when it comes to drummers, especially the good ones, drummers, when you're good, you're at a certain. There isn't really a best drummer, right? There's just not, because they impress me so much. But Travis is in the league of world class. That's it. Blink 182. Don't even go there. Oh, he's in a punk band. Man, Travis Barker is amazing. With that, let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, Jim. It's Lucas.
Hey, Lucas. How are you?
Man, it's I'm not that happy tonight, man. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I live in Los Angeles, but I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I was sort of kind of looking at one day, meeting Kevin, man. He was such an icon for me, being from Virginia, and and into the whole Fade to Black thing, and I felt guilty because I really wanted to call when Stanton had passed, but I didn't feel I didn't feel worthy at the time, even though Stanton was the one that I actually got to Fade to Black because of him, because of you guys, and anyway, so. I'm just really appreciative of everything he brought to the table, because he seemed very, very knowledgeable. And I remember the conversation you guys had about what was that movie that came with time travel that was shot in Virginia?
The one about time. I need you to speak up, Lucas.
Okay, I'm going to go closer to my deal here.
Okay.
It's a lot better now?
No, but time travel out of West Virginia. No,
No, go ahead.
No, I don't recall the movie. But that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, it was like the time travel. The guys that was shot that was made in Virginia. It's like a couple of years back.
No, but that's okay. Who was in it? Give me the star.
I can't remember what the name of the movie was.
Okay.
I just can't.
All right.
I'm blanking for it.
That's all right. So you're saying that Stanton brought you to the show and introduced you, Fade to Black introduced you to Kevin.
What happened was I was checking out Stanton over on YouTube with some of his battles, and I ran across one of the videos there of one of your shows when you had Kathleen and Stanton or someone else on there at the break in the A-tip. And I actually got with you guys in 2018, so I was like way in the late train with that one. But so what happened was, enjoying your show at first, when I first caught it, I thought all night literally meant all night. But I was bummed out about that. I was really bummed out about that, man. And so anyway, when Stanton passed, I felt guilty not calling in because he was the one that pretty much got me over to you guys. And then, Kevin passed. So you know what, man? You gotta, being a Richmond, being a Virginia cat, you need to go ahead and submit a call to get through it. I'm just grateful. I really have some issues here with the phone. But I just wanted to call him in and give my shout out to him and his family, man. May God be with them in their time of need. And thank you for what you're doing over there at Fade to Black, man.
Thank you, Lucas, and behave and be well. And thank you for that about Kevin. And I know he's listening right now, my friend. So just have a great, safe, fun, and amazing weekend. And we'll see you right here on Monday.
Thanks, guys. Have a great one as well.
Yeah, you too, Lucas. Thank you so much. And there were some issues with the phone there, but really appreciate the phone call, Lucas. I do that with everybody. I'll take a bad phone call. That's a great phone call that doesn't sound good over a great sounding phone call that doesn't go anywhere. And that's the rules, man. That's the rules. I really appreciate the phone call, Lucas. Thank you so much for that. And let's go back over here and keep this going. It's Thursday night. It is Fader night. Open lines all night long. Eric Stitt just said, time travel out of West Virginia. That is a line from a John Denver song. I think it is. It might be a Glenn Campbell song. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, man, it's Mark from Dallas. What's up?
Man. You're just calling in because Doug Aldrich called in, and you just need to...
Well,
did you catch that phone call?
Brother.
Did you catch that?
Oh, yeah. God, did I catch it.
Man, how cool is that?
He's one of my all-time favorites, man. I still pull up these old Whitesnake videos on YouTube with him just going absolutely berserk.
I was listening to...
so relaxed.
Man, I was listening to this David Coverdale interview, and I forget how I caught it. This was a couple of weeks ago. And David just talking about, Doug and how he got in the band and how amazing he was and the live shows and the albums and this and that. And it just made me smile, because and you've got to think about a cat like David Coverdale, right? Richie Blackmore, Steve Vai, and Adrian Vandenberg and John Sykes, and you just think about who he's had around him in his life. And he wants to take the time to go, man, Doug Aldrich is like the most amazing guitar player I've ever played with. And it just made me smile, man. It just made me smile.
He's such a humble dude, no ego at all with him. He's just such a cool guy.
He had such a cool guy. It's funny. You're exactly right. He calls on my cell phone right? And, and I see Doug, of course I'm going to pick you. I'm live on the air. And I go, dude, I'm just putting you on speaker. And he's sitting there listening to the previous call. Doug, he's just rolling with it. He said, what? Am I live on the air, man? Am I live on the air? What's up? So, yeah, it's just too funny.
Fadernight, brother, like the rest of us.
Man, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a funny. Can I share a Doug Aldrich story with you? And it was just,
please
ridiculous. Okay. So Doug is asked to play on a Van Halen tribute album, right? And so he calls me up, and we just lived a block from each other. So I go over to his house, and his studio's in the back, pool house that he converted into this studio. Really nice. And so we're in there, and I go, so what's up, man? He goes, hey, man, and I forget what the song was, but it was like Dead or Alive off Van Halen 2. And he's like, man, you play Van Halen better than me, man. How's it go? I'm like, dude, I'm not going to sit here and teach you. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just. I was like, dude. And I'm sitting here with Doug Aldrich, and it was just this hilarious moment. And it was just, dude, it was just the funniest. I didn't show him a thing either. And he wants to,
I'm sure.
And somebody comes by, and I'm telling you right now, I'm serious, Mark. I didn't show him nothing. Somebody came by, and it was like Chris Frazier or something, and comes by. Right. Hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, Jimmy's teaching me Van Halen. No, I'm not, man. No, I'm not. He's just hilarious. So funny with it. Just so funny. Just so funny. He's just a great guy. He's a great guy.
Oh. And I've been such a fan. I feel like I know the guy because he's so humble. Like I said, it seems like it's what you see is what you get with him. And even with the punks that I've played with around Dallas-Fort Worth, some of these guys have the big head and this big ego, and it's just so ridiculous to get like that. But he doesn't seem like that kind of dude at all. But man, what I was going to ask you is I got my old acoustic out here and I've been banging around. Well, I've been doing a lot of experimenting with the drop D tuning. Do you? Mm-hmm. Is that something you've used quite a bit in the past?
Well, I always keep one guitar, at least one, in drop D ready to go. But I can't. I took off all of the drop D tune, like the the EVH, the D Tuna. I take those off.
Yes.
I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the. I don't like the way they look. They don't look traditional to me. But if you go to drop D tuning, on an acoustic, you're a little bit more safe. But the way that my guitars are all set up, if you drop D it, you got to retune the whole guitar because now the Floyd float's different. You got to retune. So I have to have just a couple of guitars just ready to go in drop D. With an acoustic, and it's really funny, You drop that E down to D, and it changes the tension on the neck. You don't think it does, but it does. And the next thing you know, you've got to retune everything and retension the guitar. And then when you're done, right? You're done goofing around with your Soundgarden or whatever you're doing in the drop D tuning, and then you go back to E, right? And you tune it back up. Now the rest of the guitar's out of whack. And you've got to.
It's all wrong.
Yeah, it's all wrong because the tension. It's it's a lot of tension. Yeah. But so what are you playing with drop D? Are you playing some blues?
No. I'm working up a medley of 60s tunes is what I'm doing. It's kind of weird. I'll start with The End by The Doors. Right. It's all instrumental.
Right.
And I'll transition into Bluebird by Crosby. Well, it was actually the Buffalo Springfield at the time, which is still one of my all-time favorite tunes. And I will go into some Ennio Morricone spaghetti western music.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And a couple of other stuff. It's all 60s. All stuff is from the 60s. And I've kind of converted everything over to this acoustic drop D style. It's really cool. I may record it.
Ennio doing some spaghetti western in drop D. That sounds pretty tasty, actually. See, drop D, especially on an acoustic, a drop D is spooky sounding, right? It's kind of
It is, yeah.
it's kind of demonic, you know. It's got an attitude. It's like the crossroads, you know. It's Faustian.
Well,
you're making a deal, man. You're making a deal with somebody.
It's so weird you say that because okay, you just talked about. So what I do is I'll have two acoustics. I have one in a standard E tuning, and then I have this one with the drop D, and it's like got different strings, and it's set up for the drop D, right? So I can just grab it and I know what it's got. But it's so weird, man. And you'll know what I mean when I say this. Sometimes the guitar tells you what you're going to play. Like when I grab a guitar that's tuned in the standard E tuning, I won't play the same stuff it'll be completely different than the drop D music that comes out of that guitar. And like you said, it's demonic. It's weird you say that because it is a completely different feel that comes out of that drop D guitar. It's very strange what happens with the drop D.
There was
like a Soundgarden sound, man.
Yeah, that Soundgarden sound. There was. I'm trying to think if it's on Eat 'Em and Smile with David Lee Roth, or if it's on Skyscraper, the one after that. But there's an acoustic song. There's an acoustic intro to one of those David Lee Roth songs. That's acoustic drop D tuning with Steve Vai.
Cool, yeah.
But I'm trying to think of it. It's not tobacco. Man. I'm trying to think of it. It might be on Skyscraper. The song isn't, and I'm not going to play it on the air, folks, and I don't have a drop D acoustic that I can just turn to. But yeah, but that tone, that eeriness, you know, you're signing a contract in blood. It's that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's his thing.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, it's like Nolans. Yeah. It's like Nolans. That's what it is, man.
Completely different vibe.
It's some voodoo.
Yeah.
It's some hoodoo.
It is.
Some voodoo. I'm being serious, man. That's what drop D does to me. Soundgarden, when they brought that drop D in, other bands did it. Van Halen did like a drop D sharp, you know, and then he eventually went to drop D. Randy Rhoads, did a drop D sharp and drop D. But there's a thing, and when Soundgarden did it, I think Soundgarden did drop C. If you want me to tell the truth, I think.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I think that's a boom. I think it was way down there, but it's this thing that happens. You know, it's this painting. You know, it's this thing that happens with that, and I think it's just magical, Mark. I'm glad you're exploring it.
Well, you know that we keep talking about Soundgarden, but that, in my opinion, I did a top 10 one time of what, in my opinion, were some groundbreaking albums, and I had some what the hell moments. Soundgarden's Black Album with Black Hole Sun on it was one of those for me. Now, that was me personally. That album hit me as hard as Led Zeppelin 2 did, and it was dark, it was demonic. It was badass. There was not one bad song on that. And you know, back in the day, man, you're a studio cat, and you've been around a long time. To do an entire album of home run songs, there was not a bad song on that album. Now, how often does that happen? That's a once-in-a-career thing to accomplish. You feel me? You know what I mean?
I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm not kidding when I say this. If you go to... and I'm being serious. Pearl Jam 10. That is an example of that. Where Pearl Jam 10, there is no filler on that album. There's no filler. There's no filler. I'm not even sure if there's a second place song on that. They're all numbered to me. You know what I mean? They are.
Oh, well, yes, I do. Yes.
Man. I mean, it just blows my mind. And there's another part to this too. When you get to the album, and it's the production, it is and stuff. But Stone Gossard,
Yep.
Mike McCready, those two dudes, the guitar work on that record is original and perfect. It's original and perfect. Perfect. Love that album, man. I love it. There's no filler.
Again, it's home run after home run. It's world class, and like I said, that's once in a career accomplishment for those guys. It's just so hard, as you know, it's hard to get in the studio and just, a lot of times you'll go, man, I got 8 good tunes, I got 2 that suck. Let's go ahead and do all 10. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And to have these albums that are just, golly, and they come along and they stand the test of time. It's like that Soundgarden album still sounds good. We talked about that Archangels album. That's another one that was home run. The entire thing was good.
Before I let you go, we just blow past the studio break. Kevin Kerber, what made you laugh? What's a funny Kevin Kerber moment?
Man, I don't have a whole lot. The thing I remember most about Kevin is that he was very kind to me on social media. I think he moved to Texas, didn't he, before he died?
Yep.
He moved to East Texas, yeah. And I was wanting to try to get with him and get to know him. I just knew that he had that vibe that I dug because he was interested in all the same stuff I was. And I was just trying to kind of get to know him, and I never really got the chance to, and I hate it, and I was shocked when I heard the news, and I'm saddened by it, and can't wait till I get to see him again.
Thank you so much, Mark, and we'll see you on Monday. But you're the very best, and good luck with screwing up the soundboard of your guitar with that detuning. It'll never be the same, man. Don't let it sit like that for too long. You don't. Okay. I'll talk to you. Have a good night.
Bye.
That's what I'm talking about right there, Mark from Dallas. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Going to take a quick break. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal Guard on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Why is it we're not very good with our health regimen until it's too late? We don't put oil in the car until the engine blows up. When the body's out of balance, your health is not so good. Give your body some love. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. Try our Life Change Tea, which cleanses you from harmful intruders. A clean colon is one of the ways to bring the body in balance. We also carry organic supplements to help you get where you need to go. So do your body a favor. Log on to wtih.com. That's wtih.com. You can even visit our sales page to save some dough. Does anybody call money dough anymore? Anyway, if you're looking for short, helpful health tips, go to YouTube and punch in Health Matters Now. That's Health Matters Now. So, log on to wtih.com, shop, get balanced, then learn some cool tips at Health Matters Now. You'll be glad you did. That's wtih.com.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I only drink Fade to Black blend coffee from Rivermoon. Just click on the Rivermoon Coffee banner at jimmychurchradio.com. Promo code F2B Blend.
This is the only way forward.
This is Fade to Black. Make contact. KGRARadio.com.
When you're in the house for longer periods of time, you can see them flying or running across the floor. Ooh, yuck. They're unhealthy, gross, and disgusting. Bugs. I loathe bugs. We keep a clean home, but occasionally bugs show up. Well, I found something that is tougher than bugs. Orange Guard. On contact, it kills hidden bugs, including ants, roaches, and fleas. Plus, Orange Guard is a residual repellent. All of the ingredients of Orange Guard are on the FDA generally recognized as safe list. Orange Guard may be used around food, humans, and pets. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Orange Guard. Available at orangeguard.com, Whole Foods, and Ace Hardware.
Gold loves chaos, uncertainty, and disarray. History shows us what gold does when people aren't sure about the government, the stock market, their jobs, or their retirement savings. Our national debt is skyrocketing. Gold and other precious metals are a defense measure against inflation and a stock market that might take years to recover. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Call United Gold Group. We offer gold and other precious metals delivered securely within 72 hours. Are you worried about the stock market? We can also help you set up a real gold or silver IRA or a 401k. Safe and secure. United Gold Group makes gold ownership affordable. Call now and get up to $2,500 in free gold or silver with a qualified IRA. Call 800-753-8534. That's 800-753-8534 or visit unitedgoldgroup.com.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why fade to black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night, open lines all night long. Mark from Dallas just called in. We're talking about Pearl Jam 10. And that's an album for me. It's up to you guys where you want to come from on this, but there's no filler on that record. It's incredible, you know. And I've listened to it so many times, just front to back, beginning to end. You can't stop it in the middle. You're just not going to do it. But I listen to it and I think, man, it's every note, everything about that album is done with intention, and it is so perfect. And Stone Gossard and Mike McCready, I listened to the guitar work on that, and it is so original. Just an incredible record. Well, anyway, somebody just shot me an email. Dude, man, that 13 million, that thing went 13 platinum. I thought it was higher than that, but that's a lot of record sales, and that only happens because of the greatness of that record. And wow, Pearl Jam 10, 13 million, dude, 13 million. So there you go. 747-228-2051. 747-228-2051. There's another. You know what? There's a. Speaking of Pearl Jam, before I get back to the phone calls, is when I listen to the lyrics and the way that Eddie delivers them, and it's, you know, you take it to the next level, and you can be listening, but go and read the lyrics as they're sung. It's deeply personal stuff. And I just wonder where the mind has gone. You know, where are you personally where you're reaching out? Jeremy, I mean, oh, man. I mean, just deeply, deeply personal. And this is the thing. And this is me, but I'm just wondering if it's that album affected you the same way. Deeply personal, but there was a way that all of us, where we related to it, where you're going back and you're thinking about your own childhood, or you're thinking about people in your relationships and your family and your things in your life, and the way that they are sung and the way that Eddie delivered it, they were so deep and so emotional and connected with everybody. I connected with every song on that, and it reminds me of there's a time. And I've always found myself going into check on this. I got to put myself in check, and I go back and I think about that moment, and I saw it just recently too. It's strange. The moment where John Lennon in this documentary, there's somebody that a fan of his, and he's like camping in the front yard, and they're shooting a documentary. They're recording one of the albums there at his house, and there was a film crew, and they brought in the recording equipment, and they set up this thing, and they're shooting a documentary, and there's this kid there. And he comes up, and the kid's cold and hasn't eaten in a few days, whatever. John invites him into the house, feeds him, and they're sitting there talking, and the kid says something like, I'm paraphrasing, "Your songs have changed my life, John." And Lennon's like, "What? They're written for me, and and Lennon sets him straight. Lennon's like, "Dude, I didn't write that song for you." He's like, "What? I wrote that song for me. That's it. That song's, I wrote it for me. That song's about me. If you wanted to, but changing your life." And he just sets him straight. And so when I get all wrapped up into an album like Pearl Jam 10, and I'm listening to these tracks and I get all emotional, it's like, wait a minute here. This is about somebody in that band. Somebody in that band wrote this. And what a life they had, because that's what it is, man. It is so personal, and they have reached deep down inside themselves to write that stuff. And Pearl Jam 10, for me, is one of those albums that did just that. Incredible. All right, same thing, Soundgarden, Louder Than Love. Whoo, man, go read those lyrics. All right, where am I at? Let's get back to the phones. Pearl Jam. Eddie Vedder, man. Eddie Vedder. Deep dude. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live.
Jimmy!
Yes.
Hey, bro. Plan B out of New York calling.
Who's Plan B?
Plan B, the original one and only Plan B.
Who? Have we met before?
Never. I'm just a fan of your show. First time caller. Follow you on Twitter.
Right on.
Just keep it up, saying what's up.
So what's on your mind? Plan B? Is that?
Well, Jimmy,
did your mom give you that name, by the way?
No, it's obviously a code name.
Oh,
I'm
it's
undercover
a code
right
name. You're undercover. Well, that's a good code name, though. Plan B. The NSA though, the NSA right now is going, okay, Plan B is calling into Fade to Black, man. We've got to triangulate. We found him.
Well, screw the NSA. I'm sick of these intel agencies, man. Screw them.
Okay, all right. Keep it clean though, Plan B. This is a family show.
You got it.
I know you're emotional right now. I know you're emotional. What's on your mind, man? What's on your mind?
Well, Jimmy, I'm following the UFO story for a while here, and I'm just calling to, I've been listening to your latest interviews, and I've been wanting to congratulate you. You've been doing a good job. And, just give me a ballpark view. What's your take on the current situation? I'm seeing you tweeted something out today about Harry Reid's talking about the Russians are causing all these USO. What's going on here, Jimmy? I'm so confused.
This is the thing. I don't know, but I'm loving it. And this is forcing people to think. What Harry Reid did today, or he did it yesterday, the interview was, I think, on the 21st or the 22nd, and with George Knapp, and then George Knapp released it yesterday on the 27th, and the media started picking up on it today. And this is what Harry Reid did. Because of the previous U.S. Navy flying pyramids, flying toasters, whatever you want to call it, and all of that hysteria, back on April 9th, and then on April 15th, the Navy confirms that the video is real, and then the media turns that around. Social media turns that into the Navy has confirmed flying toasters, right? Okay, so now we have, flying toasters from Zeta Reticuli over San Clemente Island off of the coast of San Diego, and they're swarming our Navy, right? So the story turned into that, and there are people out there that want to believe that. And then Harry Reid comes out and says, it just turns it all over for everybody, where if your belief system is so ingrained and emotionally, where you've got your blinders on, this cognitive dissonance where you cannot listen to any other data or any other information that is going to potentially change your mind, you're not going to listen to it. And that's a bad zone to get into, because Harry Reid, for all of them, the UAP fanboys, I like to call them, Harry Reid saying, well, you know what, man, it's the Russians, right? These are drones.
Give me a break.
And so what do we do with that? And I am sure, I am sure that Harry Reid, former Senator Harry Reid, believes what he is saying, and I'm sure he's got a certain amount of information. I don't know who he's talking to today, if somebody is telling him it's Russian drones, or if he's just has an educated opinion. But there are people out there that have been following Harry Reid in this circle of people for a very long time and hanging on their every word, and then he just goes and tips over their boat, right? Just like, and I'm like, what is going on? Now, and the other part about this, and I'm serious, Plan B, the other part about this is George Knapp, who we all have a lot of respect for, and I do, he knows what's going on. He's a member of the media, and he knows what is being talked about out there. And just maybe he released this video because it's drones. Maybe why release the video when he knows that kind of bombshell is inside of this video? Why do it? So I don't know. Ultimately, I don't know what's going on with the UAP task force and how that's going to be dealt with at the Senate. I'm waiting just like everybody else is. I don't have any secret inside information here. I do know that the information that has been leaked, the videos and the images and stuff, certainly suggest drones. That's what it looks like they're investigating in this report. Richard Dolan said last night on the show that he doesn't expect anything publicly to be ET related. It's going to be focused on what is violating our airspace. I don't know. And what if?
Isn't that a little? Don't you find that Harry Reid? He's been a senator for a long time, and if he really thought that these were Russian vehicles in our airspace shutting down our nuclear weapons, don't you think they would have been a little more proactive about wanting to
shoot him down?
Stop this threat already?
Yes. Well, that's an obvious question, Plan B. There's another part to this, though. And we can't lose sight of, and when you go and watch the video, and you can watch the short clip if you want, but you can also go over to Mystery Wire.
Are we talking about the night vision video?
No, I'm talking about the Harry Reid interview. So,
his interview, yeah.
Yeah. And you can watch the full 22-minute version of that. And this is the thing that George Knapp does when he introduces this part of the conversation with Harry Reid. George Knapp specifically says, well, do you think that these UFOs, his words, that they could be maybe advanced Chinese technology? Could it be that? And Harry Reid goes, no, Russians, right? So he corrects him. He steers him off of the Chinese angle and says it's not the Chinese, it's the Russians. There's no question about it. And we need to really seriously examine what that is. Now, I have asked George Knapp to clarify, was something being taken out of context here? Is this really what Harry meant to say? You know, or is there something else? I have gone back and I've watched that video now a couple of times, the entire 22 minutes, and there is no question about what George Knapp was referring to. It's not open to interpretation, and there's no question about Harry Reid's response. It's very clear and concise. And so is it shutting down this whole thing? I don't know. We're going to have to wait for the UAPTF report, and we'll see what is revealed publicly and see what the focus is on. And there's another part to this, though. Since you brought up the night vision, right? The flying flying pyramids. There's another
pyramids. The flying pyramids.
Right, the flying pyramids. There's another component to this, because if you go and you look at the Drive article, the report on the original July 2019 incursions and the investigation that was going on with the ship logs, there's that article, and it's incredible. Everybody should go and read it. Then there's Tyler Rogaway and his article that came out last week. I retweeted that. And everybody should just go and read it to get the information that is there. It's two different takes on this. But the point being, and especially out of the Drive, the Navy and the Pentagon, they are investigating this. And they are investigating drones. There isn't any mention about UFOs, UAPs, something, no. They are specifically looking at drones. And I think that, and the way that the ship logs and the emails and the Freedom of Information Act disclosures that are in the Drive article, if you go and you read that really closely, I think the focus that I can extrapolate from it is that they are looking at the United States Navy flying drones off of San Clemente Island and not informing the Ellis and the other ships that were out there. There was a breakdown in communication, and I think that that's probably where this is all going to end up, and it's going to take the wind out of the sails for everybody for flying pyramids, and the flashing lights are an indication of something terrestrial. For me. If somebody else wants to see flashing lights and not think that
where did they even dig up the pyramids? Because I've seen that video a million times over. Where do pyramids? I don't see any sort of pyramidal shaped. Sure, it's a triangle, but triangles aren't pyramids. That's quite a big difference.
I agree with you, Plan B. That's
so
what I see.
Where did that term originate from?
I believe that Jeremy Koerber has stated, Richard Dolan said this last night on the air, that this is what Jeremy texted him. And I've read it a couple of other places, that Jeremy said that this is what was mentioned in the UAPTF report. I don't think that Jeremy has spoken to a crew member of one of these ships from 2019. Maybe he has, but I don't think that's it. But it was referenced in the material that Jeremy got, that Jeremy didn't create the flying pyramids. Now, this is the thing. Did the flying pyramid term come from what they saw in the video, or did it come from the naked eye? Is it from somebody that was standing on the deck of the ship and he's looking up and seeing a flying pyramid? That's interesting. And we need to hear from those crew members, right? That's and if Jeremy is correct on this, and he's taking the onus off of himself, he's saying, I didn't say that, they said it. Well, okay, we need to hear from those crew members. Just like Dave Fravor and everybody else that came forward, and we're hearing, Voorhees, and we're hearing the testimony from the radar operator, from the crew of the ship, the pilots. That is what ties in with everything else that we have seen in those original 3 videos. We need that for this. And it happened in 2019. So all of these crew members are available. Is the UAPTF going to the Ellis? Are they going to these other ships? Are they going out there and saying, okay, what did you see? Are they doing that? So was it with the naked eye flying pyramids, or was it lifted from what they were seeing in the video? In the video, it's a triangle. There's 50 of those triangles in the video. They're all floating around. Same direction. They're not at different angles. No, you can tell that it's the same image that is being picked up by the photo sensor, by the video pickup. And they're floating around. There's black ones in the background. There's 3 stacked up, and they're moving this way. There's some moving and that anomaly is there in the video. It's all over the place. If you look at the video, stop it, pause it, stop it, pause it, and take a look and start counting how many of those are there. And they're all the same size. They're not in the background smaller. No, they're all exactly the same. And they're all over the video. So I don't know. Plan B, I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting time.
It's fun. You and I get to have...
Yeah, it's fun for sure.
Yeah, you and I get to have this conversation right now. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
Well,
I'm glad.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Jimmy.
Plan B, you take care. Where's your hidden location at?
I'm based out of New York right now.
What part of New York? That's a big state.
The metropolitan area, Rockland County, New York.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, you're in the thick of it, man. You're metropolitan. You're cosmopolitan.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm out here, Jimmy. Fighting a good fight, bro.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Take care and be well. We'll see you on Monday right here.
All right. Take care, Jim.
Thank you so much. That's Plan B out of New York. Not Plan 9, but Plan B. This is Fade to Black. I got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of your phone calls on this very special Fader night, remembering the life of Kevin Kerber. 747-228-2051. Email is jimmy@jimmychurchradio.com. Follow me on Twitter at jchurchradio, on the Game Changer Network, and KGRA. The Planet. More of your phone calls are next. Last segment. I'll be right back.
Hey, what up, y'all? Sugar Vivica Fox here, and you are listening to my boy, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Despite popular opinion, reading a book will not make you smarter.
But listening to Jimmy Church will.
This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black, and I take Life Change Tea supplements every single day. It's what I do. Click on their banner at jimmychurchradio.com. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe. Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee.
Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today.
This is Billy Carson with ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. Forbidden Knowledge TV has just reached its 1-year anniversary. That's right, 1 year. And as a show of appreciation, we are giving all new subscribers a free 30-day trial of ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. That's 30 days to binge watch thousands of movies, documentaries, conferences, workshops, lectures, yoga classes, meditation courses, and so much more. So log on to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv from your computer or mobile device, or get the Forbidden Knowledge TV app on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play today, and use coupon code 30daysfree. That's coupon code 30 days free on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv today.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now, the Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
It's not a lifestyle we chose. We were born this way. KGRARadio.com.
This is KJCR at JimmyChurchRadio.com.
Welcome back. Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Open lines all night long. What a great night on the show. I mean, wow. Very cool. Everybody that called in got that surprise call from Doug Aldrich earlier tonight. That was pretty cool on this very, very special night. Remembering the life of Kevin Kerber, who tragically and very suddenly left us on Tuesday. And before I get back to the calls, I just want everybody to know that I woke up yesterday at about 8 in the morning, and I got this strange email, and I thought, no, what? You know, and for you read something like that, and you go through this, and I didn't have the ability to. I don't surf on my phone like other people do. People can get on, and that's and plus I just woke up, and I immediately drove to the bunker, and I got here at about 8:30, and I did my preliminary checks of everything that I talked about earlier. I then texted Rita. And I didn't want to tell her without confirming. You just don't do that, and I did my best, and I know where I was getting everything from and the information, and it was unreal. And it hit her as hard as it hit me. But all that went through my mind was that this classic thing, and you hear it over and over again, and I found myself thinking it and saying it. I just talked to him. Just wait a minute here. This stuff doesn't happen to us. And it did. So here we are tonight. I'm in a great mood. Yesterday was dark, and I know it was dark for everybody, and it was a very difficult thing for me to post. I chose to do everything like I did yesterday out of respect to Kevin and his family. and I was emotionally, I was wrecked. I was crushed. I was crushed. And I didn't want that to surface and to bubble over. I didn't want to do that. And how do I say this the right way? There is a certain thing. If I'm going through it, as so is everybody else, and so you have to with yourself. You have to throw yourself a softball because it's just too easy to come unraveled. Right? I mean, completely unraveled. And I didn't want the community to do that. It just wasn't right. Kevin would never have wanted that. And so rather than go through all of that yesterday, I needed to get through it myself, and all of you had to do the same thing. Somehow get to today to have fun tonight and to remember Kevin the proper way. And I hope, Kevin, that you're listening right now and smiling. And I truly, truly mean that. So there you are. That's where I'm at, and I hope all of you are with me, and I know that you are. And collectively, I would like to take this moment and have 5 seconds of silence. I want to shut up and do that right now for Kevin. There you go. Rest in peace, Kevin Kerber. And let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, Jimmy. Amen, by the way. This is Josh from Fresno.
Hey, Josh.
So I'm calling in, one, definitely for Kevin. Today I just listened to last week's Fadernight. And it was pretty cool. I was at work, and you and him took up a whole half hour.
Oh, did we? Did we?
Yeah, it was a whole half hour. And, I haven't listened to any of the calls tonight. I haven't listened to any of the show tonight, and I just broke out my new to listen finally. To listen to the show at the same time, and my internet's not working. Anyhow, so I, going back to last week's show, I bought that computer so I can start doing paranormal investigations, and this connects to you talking about following your passion, and that's what I'm trying to do. And I've been meaning to call back. Last time I talked to you, I was talking about, me having a possible abduction with the ETs and stuff, and then I got cut out and lost contact, per se.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, I bought this laptop just recently to do all that, and so your whole spiel at the end of the first half hour about doing what your passion is really hit. And so I'm listening. I like I said, I just listened to that episode today, and I knew that Kevin had passed. And then when he came on, like it gave me a really good jolt of energy. I was happy to hear him because he called the weekend before. And it was really good to hear. And then I heard his voice again. Half hour, you guys talked about a bunch of stuff like alternate Kevins and.
That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back and listen to that. My head was not there to do that. And I got probably a half a dozen emails yesterday and today, saying, Jimmy, you should go and play the last conversation with Kevin. And I'm not ready for that. No way. There's no way, man. I'm not gonna lose it. And I just no, not right now. Not right now. I'll go back and maybe a little while from now we can go back and put together and piece together a bunch of the best of Kevin Kerber, because there were some epic moments with him over the years, and we can include that last conversation. But you know what, I just emotionally I can't go there. I can't. And Josh, you bring up one of the best points: following your passion, follow your bliss, and do it like your life depends on it. And I don't. I'm not playing around with that statement. Let's remember one thing in a very positive way. Kevin called in on Thursday night. We had a great conversation. We had a lot of fun going back and forth. But I don't know that that's the last time I'm ever going to be speaking with somebody.
Right.
He doesn't know that. And we don't know. None of us do. Right? And we can only, that's the thing. We can only plan for our future. You can't change the past. I can't change what went down on Thursday. I can't do or change what happened on Tuesday. We can't do that. But take all of this as an experience. I know I am. And know that, damn it, we hear it all the time. You don't know. Right? You don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Kevin didn't know. I didn't know. The Fadernauts, this audience didn't know. We don't know these things. Kevin's family, you don't know these things. You just don't. She went out there to bring him in for dinner. Right? She didn't know. So, and that's it. And bless Kevin, man. Bless his heart, everything, and his family. But just know that, man. Know that. Live your. What's funny is I go and I give that rant last week, and I was passionate about that, and I really meant everything that I said. But I didn't know, right? I didn't know. None of us do. And so I believe in what I say. I do. Follow your bliss. Do it like your friggin' life depends on it. And don't...
Jimmy, you are a really big inspiration on why I'm doing... Like, I just bought a $1,000 laptop.
Right on.
And I remember Kevin talking about, maybe a year or two ago that he was going to do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I just added him on Twitter, maybe a week or two ago, on both of his accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was actually looking forward to seeing his podcast, because I don't know if he had him or not. And I was legitimately wanting to check his stuff out. And I'm just gonna go back to when I first heard Kevin call in, and I may be repeating myself because, like I said, I haven't listened to all the show tonight. But I remember the first time because he was hilarious to me. I remember he was talking to you, and I don't know if it was, I'm sure it wasn't the first time he called in, but he stopped you. He's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna take my sip of my River Room coffee right now." And I was like, "Oh my God!" I cracked up.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, and I'm sure all the rest of the Fadernauts appreciate him for the same reason as me, because he was funny, and he did all your he repeated what you did and said, and it made it funny. It was he brought the comedic personality to the calls, and he was honestly one of my favorite Fadernight calls. I always look forward for him to call, and there was a year where he didn't call, or maybe or so, because I think he had some issues or something with his with his health,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of a bummer. And then he finally called in, and it was like it was a rejuvenation.
Yes.
And
Yeah. You're right about all of that. And I remember, I might have this memory a little bit twisted up, but he used to have my Jimmyisms down, right?
Yeah, he did.
And he would mess with me with that. And I remember this was a couple of years ago, and he said to me, he goes, "No, but let me jump in right there." Right? And I was like, dude. Kevin just interrupted me with my own Jimmyism.
Yeah.
And
he
I
was great with
stopped.
that.
Yeah, and I stopped. I let him interrupt me, man. It was let me jump in right there. Let me jump in real quick. I was like, dude, yeah, you're right about that, Josh. So listen, what are you going to do with the laptop?
Well, I got actually a couple haunted houses around here where I live in Fresno, and people want me to come check it out. And so I've called in before, Jimmy. I don't know if you remember, but I've seen many ghosts, and I've had a lot of UFO sightings and stuff, and a bunch of other things that I've been meaning to call in, but I have such shitty service here. That's why I don't call in, but I had to tonight for him.
Yeah. No, you sound great. Well, what you need, if you've got the laptop, the other thing that you need to get, well, you've got your cell phone, so you can video with that. Okay, so that's paramount. But the other thing, and you can spend a lot of money, you can spend a little money. You can spend $50 or $100, but you need to get a digital recorder.
Yeah.
You've got to get a little digital recorder. You got to get your EVPs on. You got to let that thing run. You've got to get that, and then get a tri-meter, right?
Yeah,
And that's
I
it.
want to email that couple that you had on a couple months back.
Tony Rathman. Tony and
Tony
Cherie
Rathman. I want to email them. He said, like, hey, email me, and I will give you guys the information. And I'm like, I am right on that. Like, I seriously want to do that.
Yeah. Tony's the best, and certainly just go. Look, man, I'm a Fadernight, and that's all you got to do. And he would answer your email anyway, but just let him know that you're a Fadernight, and just be straight up. I need an inexpensive digital recorder. I need an inexpensive tri-meter. Where do I go? How do I get it? And he's going to point you in the right direction. So, and that's all you need. You get that. You got the video on your camera, on your cell phone. You have the laptop, dude. You've got everything that you need to go and get it done. Okay.
Definitely, Jimmy.
All right, keep me posted. Go ahead.
Before I sign off, because we never know when our lives are gonna end or begin. I've been trying to add all the Fadernauts I can. So if anybody wants to add me at 87hoots, HOW, oh my God, HOOTS, 87hoots. I'm sorry. God, I can't even spell tonight. Anyways, yeah. So
yeah, jump in, Josh. Just jump in Twitter, and I'll retweet you. Okay.
Right on, Jimmy.
I'll talk to you,
Have
man.
a good night, and rest in peace, Kevin.
Awesome phone call, Josh. Behave and be well. Now go get it done.
All right, man. Fade to black.
Fade to black. That's what I'm talking about right there. That is a perfect phone call. Perfect. They were all perfect tonight. I got time for maybe one or two more calls, and I want to get everybody in. But that was a great phone call, Josh. Thank you for that. Let's go back to the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? My man. My man. You know what? JT.
Yes, sir.
When the news broke yesterday, I think you were the first person to respond. I'm just going to let you know. You were the first one with, what? Right? And,
what the what? My granddaughter, she's 4, and she always like, what the what? I don't know where she got it from, but
Yeah,
that's what I've been saying now. What the what?
Man, it was that was crazy, man. That was crazy, and you being the OG Fadernight that you are, I just have to ask you, man, what's your favorite Kevin Kerber moment?
Well,
I know you've been thinking about it,
but I got to tell you, last week I had to go back and listen to the call.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't, I don't know if he was having some self-prophetic things going on or whatever, but the first question he asked you last week was, am I responsible for what other Kevins do in the other multidimensional universes?
God, that was amazing. It
was crazy. When he said that last week, I thought, I know he's been under the weather here and there, and all that. So I'm like, wow. So something going on. And then when he signed off, then he did the whole physics thing and all that, and he led you down that path and all that. But then when he signed off, he said, it's time for me to fade to black.
Oh, no, he didn't. Did he really?
Yes. You go back and listen. He says, it's time for me to fade to black.
Oh, man.
I listened to it today again. I'm like, I couldn't believe it.
Man.
But then you know what? Kevin always did things big, and April 27th, he went out with the super moon, man.
I can't, I know it would have been very difficult for his sister to come in on the show tonight. I know she's listening. But when I was talking to her yesterday, and I said, and I'm going to be straight, and I know she's listening. Considering what her and the family was going through, and the phone calls and the arrangements and the things that you have to do during all of this, she was pretty level-headed, and it helped me, because that phone call could have really been just really sad. But anyway, where I'm going with this is, when I asked her, what the hell happened, just let's start right there. I know that the Fadernauts are going to want to know, and I need to, in the best way, the most respectful way, just let them know. I mean, we just have questions, and that's all. It can be simple. And when she took me through, the step by step, like the minute by minute, and everything that went down, I'm gonna say this. Her statement to me, and I'm just gonna be direct. She said, "Jimmy, I just want to tell you, my last conversation with Kevin was normal. He was great, right? I had no idea. Everything was cool. I'm just so blown away. I cannot believe what happened yesterday.
I just had a shooting star go shoot in front of my windshield.
But yeah, that's what, and for her to say it, and she meant it, that's the thing. Right. And you have to, put yourself in her frame of mind. She's talking about lunch and her Zoom meeting, and he's like, no, go do your Zoom. I'm cool, man. It's my day off, and I'm just kicking it, doing my thing. And she's like, okay, all right, I'll see you in a minute, and whatever. Normal. And that's that's the most crazy part. It's the crazy part. That's what she has to deal with. For me to hear it, yeah, right? It's intense. Right. But that's her brother, right? And you just don't know. Imagine. You walk out. Thank goodness it was about lunch, right? That it wasn't something, crazy or negative or this or that. No, it was just, she's straight up, Jimmy, it was just normal. He was fine. Everything was cool. Yeah. Everything was cool. Wow. And then man, that's nuts. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyway, I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And I thought about his call. I think his call was after mine last week. And I went back and listened to it, and it was what I said, man. And then when he said it's time for me to fade to black, and he said it, you know.
Yeah, you bring up something that's pretty fascinating, JT, which was the beginning of the conversation. He went straight there. He said, Jimmy.
He did.
Yeah, the multiverse, right? And there's infinite amounts of me, of Kevins, right?
Yeah.
My actions right now with what I do, am I responsible for the other Kevins? I was like, wow, what a profound thought. What a profound, deep. And that was a great conversation. Wow.
Right.
Wow.
The whole conversation was great.
Wow. Incredible. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. Just out here getting it done, trying to get in and just put my couple thoughts in about Kevin and pay my respects. And so probably time for me to get out of here right now.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
No.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to say it that way. I'm not going to say it that way. However, man. Karen, if you are listening, something I always close with is I say Numbers 24 to 26, which is out of the Bible. And I usually don't say what it is, but certain occasions I do. So, Karen, if you're listening, that just is out of the Bible, Numbers 6:24 to 26. And that's just, the Lord bless you and keep you guys. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. And he turn his face toward you and give your family and Kevin peace and all the Fadernauts peace. So anyway, I'll let you go, Jimmy. And fade to black, everybody. Fadernauts, Kevin. This one's for you, big guy. Love you, man.
Love you, man. Thank you so much, JT. Be safe out there.
All right, I will. Do my best. All right.
Incredible. And that is the best way for us to, and thank you for that, JT. You're the absolute best. Be safe out there. That's the way to end this absolutely incredible, fun, amazing show tonight. Thursday night's very important to me. It's so much fun for all of you Fadernauts, and it allows me to hang out with all of you and just talk and have fun. I wanted to do that tonight with Kevin. And I wanted to remember him in the only way that I know how. He was amazing. He was fun. He was kind. His comedic intent was razor sharp, and he lived his life the way he wanted to. And there you go. Now I want all of you to do the same. Live it like your life depends on it, whatever it is. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. A tremendous night tonight. And Kevin, rest in peace. July 4th, 1958 to April 27th, 2021. Thank you so much, everybody. It was a great night. And I'll see everybody on Monday. We got an amazing week lined up next week. And I'll give you a sneak peek with everything starting tomorrow. Fade to Black's executive producers, Rita Camurian. Show is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Dennis, and Kevin. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitola, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music, Doug Aldrich. Intro, Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. Syndication is KGRA, The Planet. This broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2021 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. I'll see everybody on Monday. Until then, I want everybody to be safe. It's time to fade to black.